Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley.
I'm John.
And you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, especially if you're a beloved indie game developer.
Yeah, that seems to be the current case. 2017's biggest title, darling, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which has just pissed off a lot of gamers because of newly announced microtransactions in the form of real money key and crate systems.
So the big question is, are the game's fans simply overreacting to the controversial cosmetic upgrades, or do they have a point here? As always, probably a little bit of column A, column B. Or maybe a lot of column A. Or honestly, it's kind of difficult to tell in this case, but we'll go through all the details.
All the fury over PUBG microtransactions started yesterday when creator Brendan Green posted on Steam about what players can expect from the game in the near future. In addition to announcing that the monthly update is being delayed to August 3rd, it'll add first-person servers and adjustable FOV and first-person field of vision. Finally, Green also unveiled a plan to add crates and keys to Battlegrounds next month.
Yeah, in honor of Gamescom, the game will now be adding a special crate with unique loot, cosmetic only, that's important. It can be unlocked by buying a key for $2.50. In addition to that, so that no one's left out, there will also be 2 other crates with unique outfits, both of which will be free.
Yeah, Green wrote, "We have implemented a very basic key and crate system for this test. You can use your battle points, BP, to buy the crate on the rewards page, while the Wanderer crate and the Survivor crate will be free to open. The Gamescom Invitational crate can be opened with a key, which you can buy for $2.50 each."
Yeah, he went on to say that proceeds from the crate will be used to provide funds needed to organize an esports event for PUBG that will be happening at Gamescom, provide a prize pool for the winners, and support a selection of charities, which is actually not that dissimilar to how Valve has crowdfunded some of their prize pools for Dota in the past.
Yeah, once Gamescom is over, this crate will go away. But they're hoping that this is a test of what they can implement into the final version of the game, which will also include paid keys and crates.
And that announcement all sounds pretty tame on the surface, right? But that's all it took to get the outrage train choo-choo-chooing its way to crazy town, because people are really upset about this. Well, not everyone, but some people, and the ones that are, they're very upset.
Yeah, in addition to dozens of comments on the announcement itself, there are now some enormous threads devoted to the crates on Reddit, with one on the front page of Reddit hitting 17.5k upvotes and one on the game subreddit hitting 12.5k upvotes.
That's a lot of upvotes.
Yeah.
Both threads, started by a user named Link's Awakening, lay out some huge, very angry screeds against PlayerUnknown and the decision to add this type of loot into the game. These wordy posts include choice phrases like obscene money grab and myriad of promises broken, which should tell you a little bit about the tone of those posts.
Bet it's a bad one. And apparently, thousands of people are in agreement with Link's Gay Awakening, which is just a great sentence to say. We'll just find a reason to say that username every time we can.
Link's Gay Awakening.
Yeah, because the comment threads on those are the big.
They're massive.
Yeah.
Now, on the surface, it looks like a kind of a lot of silly outrage over something that seems fairly trivial. After all, we are talking about 1 crate out of 3 that's going to cost money to open. The items are only cosmetic, meaning they won't have any actual bearing on gameplay. But
yeah, to that, Link's Gay Awakening wrote, "I'm not complaining from the fucking point of view of someone who thinks I'm at a disadvantage. I don't think people getting these things are getting an advantage. I don't think my gameplay is affected by other people having them or me not having them. I think that schoolgirl outfit would look fucking sweet on my character.
I bet it would.
But that if any major company tried to charge $10 for a single outfit, they'd be reamed by the gaming masses, let alone if they charged $10, but the price could randomly inflate to 30 plus depending on RNG. Totally not getting upset about something that hasn't even happened yet."
Right. Well, so one of the big complaints laid out by the thread is that the crates will only contain 1 item each, meaning it'll take around $10 to fully unlock a whole outfit if the RNG gods are kind to you and you get a different one each time.
But there are a couple of other ones that are much bigger. One, a claim that PlayerUnknown said that microtransactions wouldn't be coming to the game at all. And 2, a belief that the game will be removing all in-game systems to unlock items for free once the game launches.
Okay, so let's address each of these criticisms that have taken hold, because they're not all entirely true. Well, sort of. Again, little column A, little column B.
First, the much repeated claim that PlayerUnknown said that microtransactions wouldn't be coming to the game. As it turns out, well, that's actually only half true.
Now, what he's actually been saying is that microtransactions wouldn't come to the game until it was out of early access. That's actually something that's been going on for quite a while now in a number of interviews, like there was one with Gamasutra back in May and the game's FAQ page.
But while he's maintained from the beginning that microtransactions are on the way, he did say that they wouldn't happen in early access.
Which they are.
So yeah, there's still a little there's a reason to be mad, I guess. It's just not quite what everyone's saying, so just tone it down.
Well, for PlayerUnknown's part, he has since responded on Twitter that in the past he said we would need to test this system before the game launched, which it kind of makes sense. You want to test every part of the game before it goes live, and that's part of what early access is all about, and providing 2 free crates at the same time is a way to try it out.
Yeah. But that may not always be the case, which brings us to another of the chief complaints that players are lobbying against this new key crate system, that it will strip all free progress systems for earning cosmetic items, meaning you can only get cosmetic outfits if you pay for them.
And now that one's honestly a little bit harder to pin down. So that belief mostly comes from an often quoted screenshot from Discord where PlayerUnknown told some gamers that after launch all free crates would be going away. However, on Twitter, Green seemed to push back against this claim, reiterating that there will still be free crates releasing alongside the paid ones for the test.
But double, however.
So however,
Green indicated something totally different in a just published interview with Eurogamer that was conducted right before the announcement of these microtransactions. In that interview, Green said, the current system, as you play, you get points. With the points, you buy crates, so we will be adding in a key system. Eventually, you'll have to open these crates with keys. You'll be able to sell these crates as well on the Steam Marketplace if you don't want to open them.
All right, so jury's still out on what exactly will be going down after launch, but that Eurogamer quote definitely makes it seem like free progression is kind of going away. It is understandable that players would be upset about that because, hey, getting free outfits is cool. It's something they already have access to. You don't want to have it pulled away. And also, if you add microtransactions in games, the generally accepted practice is that you have the option to shortcut by paying, but still alternately spend time grinding and earn it free.
Yeah. So that's the reason for the backlash and PlayerUnknown's take on it. It's sort of easy to see both sides of the issue. Players feel like maybe he wasn't being totally honest about how this would be implemented, but he has been saying it for a while.
Although also kind of contradictions here and there.
Yeah.
Now, based on a couple of these comments, it seems more like Green's leaning in the direction of a Counter-Strike style model, which doesn't let you earn free keys really, versus something like Overwatch, where you can unlock crates for free over time or pay for them depending on what you want to do. So those are very, very different ways that those games are handling cosmetic upgrades. And so far, actually both games seem to be doing fine with them, even though the market is favoring more of the Overwatch model recently.
And honestly, another big part of this is probably that players feel like Battlegrounds is such a pure, unabashedly lo-fi experience.
The Jenkins the fun!
Yeah, and making it more like so many other modern shooters out there kind of spoils the fun for a lot of people who want it to remain the way it is until the end of time.
Well, there's also the argument wondering why they even need to add microtransactions for extra money when they've already moved more than 5 million copies of the game before it's even launched. But as Green stated, the proceeds for this test are going to charity and to the prize pool for the Gamescom event. So if they do more of these kinds of events after launch, they would probably be looking for funding of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I also get it, because microtransactions before a game's even out, well, that's rough.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of the player outrage over PUBG's cosmetic microtransactions? Do you think they're justified? Do you even care? As long as you get to keep playing the game and, you know, looking for VSSs and vectors. Those are the worst guns I just said.
Yeah, no one's looking for those ones.
No, okay, SKM or yeah, okay. Let us know in the comments.
You're all looking for frying pans, let's be honest.
That's the lucky charm!
And for future updates on what you'll be wearing during your next chicken dinner, remember to like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the Know.
I think I was in my underwear on my last chicken dinner.
Oh,
you mean in-game?
Yeah, oh, yes. How important is it to you, like how important is your in-game appearance for this?
Actually, I don't care about looking like shiny or interesting. Like, I actually just want really camo-y stuff. So I found, you know, dirty clothes, and I wear the dirty clothes.